All right, guys, we are getting back into this. What's up, Chris? We'll do a little bit of a power hour stream here, guys. I don't know if it's going to be incredibly eventful. Maybe we'll take a trade, maybe we won't. We've just kind of been flatlining for the last couple hours here. I would like to maybe break down under 50, but at the same time, I'll put a starter on to break under 50, but at the same time, I have a very tight stop on this thing. Because if we are just a train moving up today, I don't want to just keep sending in front of a train, so looking like we could be getting a little bit toppy, but at the same time, I'm not just going to keep trying to time the top, because there doesn't have to be a top. What's up, Barack? Good to see you, brother. Yeah, Phil Pot. I haven't been on in the last few hours. I've been out running some errands and stuff. It didn't look like anything worth trading. Just kind of this slow melt up, kind of in price discovery mode. Where's the top going to be? We don't know. I would like to think that maybe we can come down, bust under 40. That would be pretty cool. Lots of clear targets to see for the short side. For the long side, it could just keep a slow melt steady up. And if that's the case, I'm not going to just continue to try to find the short. So I have a starter on with a short, but I got a very tight stop loss, like 9-point stop. But we'll see if we can make something happen here. If we get just a huge elevator down, I wouldn't complain. Shit. Spilled my Alp. Let's see if we can start breaking these 50s here. We might just start chopping around here again, guys.
Money keep me happy in the end. You said I'm coming back, they like really where you been. Used to have a budget, now I'm running up the M's. And Balenciaga sneakers don't keep track of what I spend. I hope that all this money keep me happy in the end. Hey, it's only you and me right now.
We're getting dangerously close to our stop right here, guys. That's kind of my fear, that we might just be a choppy power hour. So if the stop gets hit here, I'll let the thing work itself out. Maybe I'll get another trade on in power hour, maybe we won't. Either way, we're not going to get chopped too bad. Put one more on right there, since it's right near my stop. What that does is it kind of makes my average a little bit better in case it does start coming down. But I'm also not risking that much more if it does go ahead and tag my stop. Hoping that 60 can hold strong. All right, got tagged in the stop right there. So just a small little hit. It very well could go for high of day right here. That's the crazy thing. So we're going to sit here and we're going to let the thing tell us what it wants to do. Let me get my Twitter chat pulled up. What's up, Monty? Good to see you. Chris, I can't tell you what Halcyon has in store next week. I know what's in store. I kind of orchestrated what's in store. However, I promised that I wouldn't announce what's coming until next week. But it's going to be very good. It's going to be very fun, and I do think this will end up getting copied in the industry. That's just kind of my theory. So I think we'll be the first to do something here. Let's see, are we going to break 75 and get a new high of day or not?
Order filled.
Alright, I'm putting a starter to the long side here, guys. I want to see if we can go break that 75. And then maybe go for high of day into the close here. But even though I only have one contract on, I'm going to go ahead and put a stop in place to catch me down here. Worst case scenario.
I think that's what life is about. Truly finding yourself. And then closing your eyes and dying in your sleep.
Oh, nice. Commissioner's catching blue crabs, swimming. Dude, you're killing it.
So goodbye. So goodbye.
Painfully watching the 5-minute chart. Yeah, it's just straight chop right now. There's no other way to describe it. Let's just see what it does here. That's why I'm playing with very tight stops. Maybe we can go break new high of day. That would be cool, but at the same time, when you're in chop like this, you could get wrecked if you just keep playing the chop.
about the hate, no, it's more about direction and less about the pace. At the B&B on D&D, we at the lake house. My shorty bad, I eat her up like she's some takeout. This what it is, it's not what it was. This shit hit different when you do it with the ones you love. What's it mean if I don't do it with the ones I love? I made it up and the gang's all here. Yeah, the gang's all here. Even when we get some change, we the same out here. Yeah, the gang's all here. Yeah, the gang's all here.
See if we can't go up and break back into the 70s.
And there ain't no going back now, no. We your brothers got your back now, yeah. We about to take off, all clear. And the gang's all here.
If we get 70, I would feel pretty dang confident that we're going to go at least tap 75.
Sleeping on the couch, making music, trying to make it out, yeah. I hope my brothers making more than me. I hope they finding peace and being what they want to be. They couldn't see us coming, maybe that's that forest green. But baby, either way we up, and the gang's all here. Yeah, the gang's all here. Even when we get some change, we the same out here. Yeah, the gang's all here. Yeah, the gang's all here. We been out the way, catching waves all year, oh yeah. And there ain't no going back now.
We could be putting in a little flag formation here on the 2 minute. Let's see if that can complete itself.
And the gang's all here.
I want to give myself a little bit more of room on that stop here. Because at this point, I'm interested to see if the flag can form. Stop right here around 50. If 50 starts failing, it's going to be a fast ride down. So I'll play it down to 50. It's looking like it's trying to put in a flag. Let's see if it can hold here. Get us one more breakout into the close. That would be nice. I'd welcome that. I'm just not convinced, guys, that we don't have one more hive day to be had. Maybe we don't. Maybe the top is in and we just don't know it yet. That's entirely possible. But, I mean, if the trend continues on the day, we should have one more hive day. So we're trading with the trend on this one. If it wants to completely reverse the trend, then okay, fine, not much we can do about it. But if the trend is going up, we have a shot here.
Fuck being sad. Some days I don't even wanna get dressed up. Sick and tired of waking up to peer pressure. I'm stressed out, all this mess up. I'm trying, but fuck being sad. I've been going through it, had some real bad months. The city wide grew slept mama cribby. Finally got me a cribble. Find my own way to ballin' and never learn how to dribble. First they like how I scrabble, then they like how I scribble. I paint my pictures with words. I hope you notice the riddle. Wish I was friends with my ex, but her heart is too brittle. She still hate me a little. That's to hurt me a little.
Pop 70, go break 75, then 80 would be the next spot to go break. Above 80, I think we can go grab 23,300. So that's the field, the way that I'm seeing it.
Sister really be stressing. Hard colder than ever, that's from a lack of affection. On the train with my uniform, I don't pack a weapon, cause it could happen in seconds. I don't be lacking, I'm stepping. That was back in 010. Thank God you tracked my progression. I thought my father missing wouldn't affect him. That's a lesson that all hurts. Some days I don't even wanna get dressed up. Sick and tired of waking up to peer pressure.
Very, very exciting power hour on our hands here, guys.
Dressed up, sick and tired of waking up to peer pressure. I'm stressed out, always mess up. I'm trying, but fuck being sad. I've been going through it, had some real bad months. The city where I grew up, I ain't been back once. Don't wanna go to funerals for people that young. I'm done, so fuck being sad.
Maybe the latter half of Power Hour will give us some movement here. Let's hope.
Someday, you'll see me come running your way, and we'll be on the bed in my room.
If we can get in the green here on this position, then I'll probably start dragging the stop loss up just to get the wrist tighter. '60's trying to hold. I would love for it to hold and put some more distance between that 50 mark. 50 is kind of the anchor, guys. Above 50 will probably just slowly melt up. Under 50 though, and it's probably a sharp enough down. So I would like to get more distance away from 50 here. Signs of life trying to form here, guys.
I drink hand, she drink Aperol Spritz. Hey, girl, I promise you ain't at it like this. There's a whole lot of girls up in here, but ain't nobody fuck with my bitch. My favorite hobby is probably getting rich. I see them talk, but they hardly
Maybe I'll just take me a nap right here on stream, guys, and, you know, leave my stop in place.
But you brought two friends and they both fine. Hey, bitch, you don't gotta worry, baby, you're mine. Hey, I drink hand, she drink Aperol spritz. Hey, girl, I promise you ain't at it like this. Hey, there's a whole lot of girls up in here, but can't nobody fuck with my bitch. My favorite hobby is probably getting rich. I see them talk, but they hardly on shit. There's a whole lot of girls up in here, but can't nobody fuck with my bitch. Ay, dude. And I know you up with friends, but I promise, baby, ain't shit change. I ain't seen you in so long. That's worth every minute I win. Take you shopping, I'ma spend it on you just for love. I know you told me that you're scared that I'ma switch it up. Cause you brought two friends and they both fine. Hey, bitch, you don't gotta worry.
Popping back into those 60s here. We just need to pop into the 70s is what we need. The thing that's working in our favor is we're trading with the trend. Even though we're in some chop, we're going the direction that the market has been going for the last several hours. Maybe we can close at highs. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, that's probably smart, Noah. Like, there's really not much going on in this power hour at all. We're just sitting here, more or less hoping for a pop to new hive day. Kind of not really much movement to speak of at all. We're just hoping that we catch a break here and we get a hive day pop. I mean, I think it's possible. We're going with the trend. A lot of times, end of day, I like to do little rally pops, so we got that in the back of our mind. Other than that, we're just sitting here trying to manage this risk as much as we can. I'm gonna go ahead and move my stop up with me now. No time up. Got a bad wood road to fight all tears. Baby, don't fuck my high. I'll take my time on Monday, but Tuesday they'll be gone. Just a little old bar. Yeah, that's my thought process too, Noah. But I'm not gonna give myself, you know, a wide stop on this at all to get wrecked on. So, you know, if I give a few $100 back, I give a few $100 back. What up, Barrage? Alright, well, if Barrage is long, man, maybe I'll add more contracts on. I like the confidence. We're right here at entry, guys.
That's the way
we're trying to break out into this. If you guys watch the morning streams, you know this is not my preferred way to trade. You know, I thrive on momentum when we're having fast moves in either direction. That's kind of my trading style. So this in consolidation, not much movement is not my preferred market. So we're just sitting here nice and calm in it.
Shots like we a war. All this shit they can't afford. In a crib they can't afford. I don't care about no award. If I didn't be a dog, what the fuck is an award? Police knocking on my door again. You don't know how I'ma roll again. I got my dice and I'ma roll again. Pull the four again. Me and my homie tryna roll again. Like here we go again.
Thank you guys, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm very well aware that it is a snooze fest in the market, but we're going to try to make it the best that we can here. Like I said, I still think that we'll get a new Hive day before close. I just think that it's going to be a slow trickle up to Hive day. We'll throw in some Wallen. We got the nicotine in. We're hoping for a breakout here.
It's the liquor in my cup, it's the tag on my truck, and the tag on the book that I dropped Thanksgiving last season. 10. It's the letters on my hat, it's the dust on my dash. When I take my last breath, it's the dirt that they gonna bury me in. 10. It's still got the jetty in a Dixie.
I am Philpot. We are bringing people on stream. There's a lot of stuff that's being set up in the works. There is a process, right, that like to bring certain people on stream that we don't exactly know, like the viewers, like all of you guys, you know. I want to bring anybody on that wants to come on. However, there is a little bit of a vetting process. If you don't know who a person is, you kind of got to like vet the process out a little bit, make sure you don't bring them on stream and they start saying wild shit, right? Like, I mean, if you don't know the person personally, who knows what they might say on stream. So like, you know, just make sure that there's safety measures in place there, that, you know, you don't get some wild, I don't even know what kind of comments being said. So, but yeah, that's in place. Me and Steve are working on some things there, and I'm very excited for next week when I'm finally able to announce something that's coming out for you guys that's Halcyon users. So I think it'll be a very, very fun next couple of weeks. And then Steve's doing a couple of things, moving some stuff around to make his schedule more available to do Power Hour streams with me every day. And when that's the case, it'll be much more lively on Chop Fest days like this. But if you guys are watching, whether you're on Twitter right now or YouTube, and you guys are trading with Halcyon and you have interest in coming on stream, you know, we'll work out a day, just send me a DM and let me know, and we'll start the process and work on getting that set up. Exactly. That's the whole thing, Philpott, the Burger King guy. That's kind of what I was alluding to. We don't want anybody on here like, screaming racial slurs or something like that if we haven't like vetted the person. Because myself included, if we're trading the markets, guys, it takes a little bit. You got to have a little bit of crazy about yourself to choose this as a career path. Uncertainty. So, with a little bit of craziness predisposed, I mean, you just got to make sure that you don't get the Burger King guy on stream.
Everything's still pretty much the same round here. The neighbors still shooting all of next year's deer. Boys still lose less than playing at home. But I got better since you got gone. I'm still a few too many on a Friday night. Still try to stay.
I would bring Eddie on stream, Barash. Maybe I'll give him a call this evening, and maybe we can see about getting that set up. Eddie's a fun character. I think he's Mr. Vietnam right now, though. We might get tagged right here, guys. Let's see. We're hanging on by a thread. Signs of life here, guys. Signs of life. Let's do the thing, guys. I'm taking one of those off right there, just because this is chop, and I'm going to let this one ride as long as this wants to keep going up, and I'll trail the stop. That way, my worst case scenario now is I'm going to lose $70 on this. I can completely live with that. Sit here with the homies. I told you guys, we just needed to throw some Morgan on, change the vibe up a little bit. Yeah, maybe throw some more nicotine in. I'm doing all I can for us, guys. Any little trick I can do to make the market go up, I'm going to do it. But it's going. Put that one in the profit right now, so now I'll make some money guaranteed. Morgan's probably my favorite artist right now. I don't really play him on the morning stream because I know not everybody likes country. But at the Power Hour stream, there's not as many of you guys on here. We got about 600 on Twitter right now, and then we got our YouTube crew. But freaking love Morgan. It's such a vibe. Maybe we'll get tagged right here in the profit. We'll see. Like I said, I do think that it's going to tap Hive Day before this day ends. Barash, new Hive Day incoming. I hope you're right, brother. I think that you are right. I'm just trilling mine nice and tight. YouTube is the VIP. I do appreciate you guys on here that's always commenting. It makes the stream more lively. But yeah, I think Hive Day's incoming. I'm just protecting myself in case we get Randy Orton that comes out of left field. All right, tagged in the Prophet right there. Yeah, Sean, Warren Zotter, I'll throw him on the playlist too. You know, I've seen some streams that are just playing this lame elevator music like in the background. It's like, I don't even like elevator music when I go into hotel lobbies. It's the most annoying thing. So why would I play elevator music here? And I know the reason why. It's because with your videos, if you like play, I guess, popular music that's, you know, got copyright claims, you can't get monetized. So you won't make any money on your videos. It'll be a copyright claim. I personally don't care about making money on YouTube, like any kind of monetization like that. I want to make just a good vibe for you guys. But that is the reason that you'll hear elevator music in a lot of streams, just because, you know, they want to have the monetization money, which I'm not hating on. I get it. Like, I understand. There's no hate coming from me there. That's just the reason why. I don't know what this is, but that's not staying on. Let's see, guys. I still think that we're going to hit Hive Day. I just want to see some form of movement, though. Like, by that, I mean, here's what we got. So we're just straight lining. Let me see if I can draw a box for you guys here. So this little, whatever you want to call this right here, this is just straight chop. So actually, this is a better representation. So if we break under this right here out of this little chop zone to the downside, we should get a really steep move to the downside. And if we can start breaking to the top side here, really above these wicks up here around 80, we'll probably get a decent extension up to maybe into the 300s. But this right here, this is just chop central. That quite literally, go to the casino, play roulette, red or black. Your guess is as good as mine which way it wants to go. You have really tight little movement here. Tiny candles, meaning that, you know, it's just like tiny little marks each candle. There's not really much happening. When we can start getting some large candles, I mean, right here was decent. We were getting these large candles back here, and then couldn't break out above it, so right back down we come. Same way here to the downside, some decent candles, and then right back up into the tiny little choppy candles. So as long as we got that, you know, in these last 20 minutes of the day here, there's not much activity that we can do. Now, I have seen it happen where in the last 15 minutes of the day we get some wild volatility. So that'll be in about 7 more minutes. Maybe we start getting some volatility. That's kind of why I'm sitting on here still, to see if we get some volatility into the close. If that's the case, maybe we get another scalp. If not, then, you know, I'll take a decent green day. I'm up 735 on this account. You know, didn't get rich by any means today, but at the same time, $700 on a day, guys, no matter how much money you have, that's really good money. And, you know, never lose sight of that. That happened to me I've talked about it a couple times on here, and this is not like a flex or bragging or anything of that means. It's actually a critique of myself. Um, you guys know I used to trade very, very large and heavy, did very well in the markets, and it got to the point that $700 really was not worth my time, so to speak. Like, all right, well, if I'm not up 15 grand today, then I wasted my day. And in doing it, and that sounds crazy to even say, but in doing so, um, that led to some over leveraging myself, and that led to some big losses along the way too. Like if you're not happy with making a couple grand, and you always got to have 20K plus or something like that, then that leads you to take unnecessary risk, and it can snowball into some big losses. I mean, I've posted a lot of big losses for you guys over the years. Like I think my biggest loss is I lost 800 grand in one day, in one session, just because I just kept adding in. And I don't think anybody should ever be losing 800 grand in a day. I don't think that wasn't risk management. That wasn't really anything besides, well, I have the bankroll to do it. Let me just see if I can beat the market with my bankroll. And I couldn't. So I paid for it that day. So the point being is never lose sight that $500 is a lot of money, guys. Like if you're making that in a day, you can make a good living off of that. So, and it does add up. It compounds, and you can build yourself a nice life off of that. So don't get distracted or discouraged by if you see some people making large posts thinking that you have to be at that too. Use it as motivation, as something that you can strive to get to, and like that's okay, well cool, somebody did it, that means I can too. I mean, that means literally anybody out there watching this, if you guys are disciplined and you build yourself up, you can do the same thing. But don't think that those are going to be everyday things. Those are outlier days. Oh, Barrage, 625K. I think you're talking about my loss. That's what I lost on one single trade. Was the 625 on what was it? It was Revlon, REV. I lost 625 on that, and I posted it. And then what did I do? I tried to make some back somewhere else, so I lost another like 175 on a couple other things, like a dummy. So the worst day I had was 800. Yeah, exactly. 750 a day, like you said, Philpott. Only 180K a year. Like, guys, 180K a year. That's honestly stupid money. It really is. Like, forget about seeing the post that like I made 180K this month, which that's great. It's amazing. I mean, it's easily I don't want to say easily doable. That's not the correct word, but that's entirely doable. But if you're making 180K a year, guys, you're right there on par with doctor salaries, maybe even more than some doctors. And you have the freedom of working for yourself. Nobody's telling you what to do. You make your own schedule. You really got life, I mean, by the balls at that point, guys. If you're making that much money, that's, I don't know, what is that? Like, right at 20K a month? That's a great life, guys. So that's my little rant. Just let's be realistic with things. Understand that, anything above $500 on a day, guys, you're not doing bad at all. Like, you're actually doing really well in an industry that I think 95% of people fail. So if we have an industry that most people are losing, if you're able to make a six-figure salary in an industry where most people lose, you're well above par.
you want from me? How we go from lovers to mortal enemies? I don't understand. You told me, tell me everything. It wasn't love, it was disaster. And we were the
We might come down and pop these 50s. I'll do one starter one here. We're coming into those last 15 minutes. I'm wanting to see if we can break down under this. Maybe come down, pop under 50. But with that being said, I'm going to put my stop very tight just right here, because I don't want to risk popping out of this gray box. Come on down, guys. See if we can stretch out a couple more dollars so I can buy Chipotle this evening. Which even Chipotle, guys, it's damn near $20 to go get, you know, a steak bowl at Chipotle now. That's crazy.
But you ran away and left me to pay. You led me astray for another. I found a way to make sure the day that you leave, the pain never comes. I won't right my wrongs, but I'll write a song and tell you my head's in the gutter. I found another lover named alcohol, and my breath still tastes like
We're trying here.
tequila from last night. I can still
Put this in the profit here. So I'll make Chipotle money guaranteed no matter what here. And that's what I got. Chipotle money. Whatever. I'll take it. Just in this chop zone, I'm not wanting to give anything back, because even though it does look like it's breaking down, you can see a large green candle out of nowhere in these last couple minutes of the day. It's kind of like when you're down to the last minute of a fight and, you know, there's 60 seconds left and, you know that's all the time you got left. Even a dangerous opponent, if you've been beating them the entire fight, they become, or sorry, a not dangerous opponent, if you've been beating them the entire fight, they got 60 seconds left, they start swinging wild, you can get clocked. Yeah, well, it's not 2017 anymore, Barash. I wish Chipotle was still $6.25, man. That's how bad it's gotten. Meredith, what's up? Meredith is coming back for her #1 seat. Dude, I love Meredith. See, here's what I'm talking about, guys. That's why I was trailing that nice and tight. This is that wild swinging for the fence candle that might be forming here. It's just the last few minutes of the day, you really got to be careful. If you are going to take stuff, you have to be very disciplined and keep your wrists nice and tight. Because the worst thing that can happen is in the last 5 minutes, you give back your entire day. And it's like, man, I just wasted a whole day here. Like, we're on here talking about, you know, hard physical labor jobs, that, you know, what you got to do to get that money. So why would we be the morons to just piss it away in 5 minutes? Doesn't make any sense. Get double meat, you'll need alone. Dude, yeah, and like, I always do get double meat at Chipotle, because I mean, the entire reason you're going there is for the protein. Dude, like when you ask for double meat, if you have these people on there that just like barely give you anything, it's like, come on, what are you doing? I'm paying $20 for this. You're going to do me that way? That, not to be any type of way, but like I think I posted about this like 4 or 5 weeks ago. Go to Chipotle. This girl there, you know, it is what it is, but she was a very large lady. She was probably 3 times my size. A good conservative estimate. I asked for double steak, man. she gave me the most insanely small amount that I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's like, come on, like, I know you're not eating this for double order whatever you get for yourself. Like, give me your order size and we'll be good. It was so bad to the point that the person at the cashier was like, hey, is this just a regular? And I'm like, yeah, it is. Because it's truly what it was. Yeah, exactly, Monty. There's that green candle. That's why I was trailing that nice and tight. You know, I barely made any money off of that one, but also I didn't want to get clipped the last few minutes on a wild candle coming out of left field. Oh yeah, they hold back all the time. It's like, guys, like, you guys are paid hourly. It's not like you're partners in Chipotle and that your profits are like, your paycheck is taking a hit if you're giving me the proper amount of double food. It makes no sense. It's like, you would think that they were owning the store, but they're not. Got these last 10 minutes here, guys. Let's see what we can make happen. And you know, the good thing is, like I was saying, guys, you know, if you're trading futures, well, if you're not trading futures, you can still be trading options and watch this channel. I mean, it'll work the same way. But if you are trading futures, what made sense for me, you know, like and now here comes a wild red candle. You just don't know. But one of the main reasons that I like this Ultra account on Halcyon is I keep 100% of my profit. So like this 755 here, that's 100% mine, and I made it. It's my money. I did the trades. It was my knowledge and everything that got this money today. But one cool perk is I actually didn't risk any of my own money. So if it would have all gone to hell and I would have like taken a bad loss, my worst case scenario, absolute worst, I lose the account. Like, yeah, that sucks. It does suck to lose an account. If you guys have lost one, I mean, it's not a fun feeling. But at the same time, what do you lose really? Like a couple $100 of your own money to get another account? It really makes a lot of sense to me that this is the best way to start stacking wealth, because you can really swing for the fences, put nice wins on the board, take out the money, and not really risk a dollar of your own outside of what you pay for the account. I mean, there is some small risk there, I will say that, but you know, you get some people on Twitter that like to take the approach, like hating on prop trading, like, oh, I'm risking my own money, like not a prop, whatever. It's like, cool, that's amazing. We're doing the same trades. I'm making what I'm making, keeping 100% of it, but I'm not risking my own. So who's doing the smarter financial move here? That's just my take on it. Gary picking fights. Dude, I don't pick fights. I know people say that I pick fights. I really don't. I don't like people that are disrespectful and like try to always hate on other people or hate on methods to make money. I just don't like people that make an entire brand on hating on other people. And like, in my experience in life, the most successful people and those that are doing really well and are happy with themselves, they don't take time out of their day to always hate on other people. Like, do you think that people in the marketing department at Ferrari or Lamborghini are like, oh, we really got to start hating on those Honda people, like people that are like driving Hondas or whatever? Like, no, they don't hate us. Like, we're Ferrari, we're Lamborghini. Like, let them do what they're doing. Like, good for them. We're focused on our own thing, and that's why they are where they are. So, Chris, you can hang with the prop as long as you want. Well, I mean, I'll speak about Halcyon. I'm not affiliated with any other prop. I don't even have any ownership or say at Halcyon. I just like their account, so I promote their accounts. But if you do really well trading, they just move you into a live account anyway, and you know, they just make the transition, you're still with Halcyon. They just move you in, a live brokerage account, and you just keep trading, keep making money, keep 100% of it. The only difference is, like, when you do show that you have good, consistent trading, they move you to live. You can take your money out every day if you want. You can withdraw the entire balance in your account and say see you later if you want. So you never have to part, honestly. What I think is the smart thing to do, though, is as you're making money with the prop, even if it's not Halcyon, like if you're making money elsewhere, make sure you're paying yourself. Put money in your bank. That way the money becomes real, because it's just numbers on a screen until you start pulling it out and putting it in your bank account. So make sure that you guys are doing that, and keep going as long as you can. I mean, but honestly, as long as you guys are making money, if it's on a cash account, if it's on a prop account, if it's on that, if you're making money sports betting and you're doing it consistently, it doesn't matter. Nobody should ever be able to hate on you, because if you just keep putting money in your bank account, what does it matter, guys? You're doing well, your family's doing well, you got money, you don't even care about the hate out there. So that's just my take on it. Like, if you're doing really well in life, doesn't matter who says what about you. How do I pay myself, Noah? Well, it's different. It just depends on how I don't want to say how I'm feeling, so to speak. It's just depending on kind of what I've got coming up. If I need money for bills, I'll pay myself then. Or if I feel like my trading account is getting too large, that like, okay, well, there's a lot of profit in here. Maybe I should take some out. That way I don't go on psycho reckless mode and give it all back. Because, like, the way that I look at it, like, let's say that you've stacked up 100K. We just use round numbers, 100K in profits. That's way too much to leave sitting in there, in my opinion, because especially with futures, me and Steve actually were talking about this today. You don't need, honestly, more than, like, at the peak, at the max, 30K in an account for futures is a freaking large amount. Like, you're probably not going to have 30K invested at once. I mean, if you do, Godspeed. I hope, you become a billionaire. I mean, that's amazing. But, even in my experience, like at my peak, I used to leave at any given time. Like, this is not to flex or anything at all. I promise it's not. But at any given time, I would leave around $10 million sitting in my brokerage account, my personal account. Did I ever use that much on a single trade? No, I did not. I mean, well, okay. There was a couple times I would go full degen mode, trading SPY shares, and I would go psycho on margin. It wasn't smart, but then what happens is when you see that much money sitting in your account, you're like, whatever. If I lose 200K, 300K, it doesn't matter. But then you start to realize, like, that's so much money that I just thought that was nothing. I just pissed away 300K. That was so dumb. So I think leave yourself enough of a buffer that you're not stressed, that you can let any single trade play out. But anything too excessive, I believe you're doing yourself a disservice. Like, take it out, put it in a high interest drawing account, put it in some long-term investments, put it in a money market. Like, there's so many, buy real estate. There's so many other things you can do than just like letting it stack up in an account that maybe you go psycho mode one day and start to lose it. I think there becomes a certain point that you don't need an insane amount in your account. At least for futures and options. If you're trading shares, that's a different story. There's, so to speak, less risk when you're trading shares, because worst case scenario, you can hold the stock for as long as you need. There's no time limit. There's no expiration. You can keep holding those shares. You might be sitting in it a while, but it's it's safer to have that much money in shares than it would be in futures contracts or option contracts. So it just depends on what style of trading you're doing. Maybe you guys are on here trading shares. I don't know. If that's the case, then yeah, it makes sense that you do have a larger account. That's what I was doing back in the day, is I was trading shares. So, I was using a bigger bankroll. When I switched over to options and then ultimately to futures, I learned one of the cool things is you don't need that much money to actually make more money than what you can make trading shares. So it's a risk reward thing, and like, I'm a scalper, I trade momentum, and for my style of trading, it just made a lot of sense that you don't need to risk as much money to make a lot of money. Now, and one cool thing about when you start paying yourself out, let's say that you do take a bad day, you lose, call it 10K or something like that. If you're trading a personal account, if you've built up your bankroll like you should, you can just throw an extra 10K back in. Now, I know that might not be feasible for everybody, and that's the benefit of a prop, that you get access to all this money for only a couple $100s. So it's just, really, you're going to have to sit down for yourself and then determine what situation makes the most sense for you financially. And I don't know the answer to that. Everybody's situation is different. I mean, maybe you come from some oil money, and money's not a thing to you, that you can just keep throwing hundreds of grands in an account like it's nothing. If that's the case, then everything that I just said probably doesn't apply to you. But if you're with the bulk of people in the world, you probably don't have oil money that you can do that with. So it's what I said. Whatever your situation is, make the best decision for that. But yeah, like you see, guys, like futures are still open, of course, but the regular market's closed, and like we're just hovering right around this chop zone where we've been really since this stream started. So there's not really been much movement away from 50 or 80. We got some wild candles there the last 15 or so minutes. But either way, it was fun to come on here, like sit through this chop with you guys. We had some good times with it. We did a little bit. Either way, I mean, you're trading a prop, whether you're trading a personal account, you're trading futures, options, or shares. At the end of the day, it all comes down to risk management and how you control your emotions. Like I said, there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one instrument that you can trade. So it's just whatever makes sense to you. But in a futures account, like, I really don't think that you need more than a 30K buffer is massive. On the 400K ultras, it starts you out with a 15K buffer. So you start out with 15K, and then as you start adding your profits and you hit the target, now you have a decision to make. Okay, do I want to start taking payouts? Do I want to keep letting it grow? What do I want to do? If you do keep letting it grow, I would just advise you be very cautious, and not to give all of your profit back just because it's sitting there and you can. Because at the end of the day, if it's sitting in your account, it's not in your bank account yet. And one of the worst feelings in the world is to just watch it go back out of your account and you didn't capitalize and take it out. I mean, and I think it's like a cool psychological thing too, like when you do start paying yourself, take yourself out to a nice dinner, go buy yourself a nice gift or a vacation, whatever it might be. Start rewarding yourself, and I think it'll actually make you a better trader. Like, you're going to not want to risk as much because you're like, oh, well, do I want to just, go wild and risk 10 grand on this trade, or do I want to take a massive 2-week vacation with that 10 grand? And then you start managing risk a lot better when the money becomes real. That's at least in my experience. But it's just only you guys know your personal situations. Matt, the target on a 400K is 25K. So you make 25K, and then you only ever have to make that profit target one time, and then everything, I mean, let's say that you get 25K in your account, you hit the profit target. Now you have a 25K buffer. You just can't let the account go back below 400K, which in my opinion, I'm not going to say it can't be done. It's just you got to really go on tilt to give back 25K. Um, it has happened. I mean, people do it, but if that's the case, just learn from it. If you do it once, don't do it again. Just understand, hey, 25 grand is so much money, especially when um, I think I saw some statistics like a week ago or something that uh, 85% of the entire world, not just talking about America, but of the entire world, I think 85% have less than 4 grand in savings or their bank account. So when you understand that 85% of the world has less than 4 grand sitting in liquid cash, that 25K that you're going to willingly piss away becomes a little bit, uh, I don't know, it just becomes harder to let yourself do that. Um, but like I said, if you're in a situation that you've got millions of dollars, whatever means you have it, like a lot of people like to hate on people that have like family money or generational wealth or something like that. I've never hated on those people. I don't care how you have the money. Like either way, it's your money. You have it. That's awesome. Somebody in your family, ever how many generations down the line, they had to earn that money somehow. Even if we're talking about hundreds and hundreds of years, somebody earned that money in your family, and you're the lucky person just by your birthright that you're getting the benefits of somebody else in your family. So for that reason, it's hard for me to hate on anybody that has a lot of money, um, no matter how it was handed to them. But if you're in one of those situations, then maybe 30K don't seem like much to you. But at the same time, don't lose sight on how much money that really is, because I mean, there's been plenty of people, guys, like lottery winners, okay, that have, let's call it $100 million, or athletes when they retire, if they don't really manage their money properly, no matter how much you have, if you don't manage it properly, you can go broke again. So just be very careful to not let that happen to you. But I think everybody's going to be okay. Like the goal of my stream is to help you guys do the best trades that I can. Like you guys see, there's plenty of times, almost every single day, guys, I'm going to lose at least a few trades here on stream. Um, I've never said that I don't lose trades, that I've never even said I'm the best trader out there. I think there's probably some amazing traders much better than me that nobody even knows of. Maybe they don't even have a social media account, that are just straight killers out there. But what I do try to do is I try to help you guys manage risk as best as possible. I think we take good trades. Every trade that we take on here has some logic behind it. We don't just like close our eyes and click a button. Um, you know, so I think if we just keep our risk management in check, understand that we're going to take some losses, and in my opinion, I think you can take a loss on a trade, and if you do it properly, then that was still a very good trade where you're like, well, my setup was there. Normally, that setup will pay me. I didn't hesitate. I took my setup. It went against me. So what did I do? I cut my loss off quickly. Because even, I mean, no matter how you cut it, you can have an edge. Like you're like, all right, well, this setup, it works 70% of the time or 80% of the time. When you take a trade, a lot of people don't want to talk about this or say it, but when you take a trade, it truly becomes 50-50. It's like, well, I'm either going to make money on this, the edge is in my favor, or I'm going to lose money. Like anytime that you click a button, you have a 50-50 odds of winning the trade or losing the trade. Sure, like you can take setups that, give yourself a slight edge, but at the end of the day, you're either going to make money or lose money, and it comes down to how you manage that risk. And there's been times on here that, and I'm fully transparent. There's been a couple times on here that I didn't manage risk the best that I should have, and that's okay. I'm human. I still even though I feel like I'm pretty decent at managing emotions, I stay calm in every trade. Sometimes my emotions get the better of me, and like there's things I could have done differently. And what do? Do you dwell on it? Do you just like keep adding into a loser and go on tilt? No, the only option is to accept I made a mistake, I did it wrong here. Now let me go correct this and get the money back. I mean, that's quite literally your only option is to learn from it, stay composed, and do better. Um, yeah, exactly, Noah. He said he smiles when his stop gets hit. That is a win in your book because that means you didn't go on tilt. When you took the trade, you knew exactly where you wanted to get out at. That is a win. And like you guys will, I think even today, maybe, if not today, then yesterday, I took a trade. I'm like, all right, well, I was looking for a certain amount. I said, I want to go touch this number. And when it got there, even though the trade kept going, I took my profit because, well, at the time I took the trade, when I was analyzing it and when I was thinking about it, I had a target in my mind. It hit the target. I closed the trade because then when you're trading outside of your plane, you're like, oh, well, I'm already way above my target. Like, what do I do? What do I do? Then that's when the scenario changes. And so many times your target can just slam back down on you. Like, man, why didn't I take that profit when it was there? Um, one thing that I like to do is like if it hits my target and starts moving, I'll move my stop loss right to that target. That way I can let it maybe keep running more and more and capture the bulk of that profit if it really wants to run. Or if it just stops running, it slaps me out right where I wanted to be initially anyway. So that's just a little thing that I do. Let's see. Um, I'm not sure when I want to transition to a prop firm because I feel like it'll be more of a reckless trader. I've been trading my personal account. Um, yeah, I mean, in my opinion, like, I don't think trading on a prop makes you a reckless trader, so to speak. And I actually think trading on a prop actually helps you become a better trader even in your personal account because, well, with Halcyon, really, there's no rules besides don't lose your max loss. A lot of prop firms, and you guys will never see me promote them, and that's why I haven't ever. I mean, I've been approached by different firms to like promote them, but to me, anytime that there's a consistency rule in place, like you have to make, um, every day you have to trade within 20 or 30% consistently of another. I don't like that. I feel like that's a booby trap to not get a payout. But like, if you're trading in a prop that has no rules, I think it can make you a better trader because you get used to locking in profits. You get used to not letting it run against you so much. Um, you can treat them like a lottery ticket. That's not advised. Like, it's a bad habit. And if you guys are doing this, then please don't do it. Like, some people are like, oh, let me just buy a 50K account for like, I don't know, 150 bucks or something, and let me try to make 3 grand real fast. They're treating it like you're going to Vegas and playing slots, because there really is not much to lose. $150 and, make a few grand. That's the logic behind it. But what happens is, I don't want to see you guys just keep popping accounts for no reason, like 150, 150, or even you get a cheaper account. You're like, oh, $100, fine, no problem. That can add up quickly. So please don't do that if that's the way that you're doing it. Yeah, I'm with you. Those rules, they leave a bad taste in my mouth as well, and that's why like I don't want to promote a firm that does that. And that's why I don't. You guys have never seen me promote a firm that does that. Um, I think props, if they operate the way that they're designed, for the trader, it's a really cool opportunity to really, leverage. If you have a few $100, turn it into, a few thousand in buying power. If you follow systems and rules, I think it's a good thing, but please don't treat it like a lottery ticket because it's not meant to be. Um, let's see. Can you tell me about stop loss trailing? Because I'm a scalper. Many of the time, your stop loss gets hit, then goes easily for target. Um, yeah, so the way that I do my stop loss trailing is, if you watch a morning stream with me when we're not in chop, I'll take a setup, usually, let's say, just for sake of argument, let's say I took a trade here at 255. I would probably take this trade right here. I would put my stop loss down under this wick. The reason I would put it under that wick right there is because, well, the move caught itself right here. This is where we found some form of support. If it breaks under that wick, I'm out. So that's where my stop loss starts. As the trade starts developing, like now it's at 261. Now I would drag this stop up to like, 250. So I'm barely going to take a loss if it comes against me. If we keep going higher and higher, I'm going to keep dragging my stop with me. That way, as this candle keeps moving and developing, when it does eventually stop, then I've captured as much of that profit as possible. If it keeps running indefinitely, I'll just keep slowly pulling my stop up. If you want to go look on my Twitter, find some like little clips that I've posted, like not the full stream length, the couple hour videos, but the little like 60-second or the 2-minute clips. Watch any single one of those clips and you'll see exactly how I trail a stop loss. I do it every single time. Like you'll see me start with my stop loss in a certain place. As the trade develops, I keep dragging the stop loss up. So if you do want to learn how to trail a stop, just go to my Twitter page and, click any one of my little short clips and it'll show you how to do that. But yeah, that'll do it for me, guys. The market's closed. We logged in a green day. We'll be streaming again in the morning, and I will see you guys then.